Sacramento is known for being the farm to fork capital, but how much do we know about our food? Not everyone is familiar with how cattle are raised, and many of us who are environmentally aware feel we have to choose between sustainability and steak. Our next two guests want us to consider sustainable beef before firing up the grill. Let's welcome celebrity chef Lamar Moore and sixth-generation cattle rancher John Coleman Locke. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you, Desiree.
Thank you. So, John, tell us about your family's ranching tradition. Why is caring for land and connection to nature so important to you?
So, Desiree, we hear the word sustainability used a lot today in our society. It's been around for, it seems like a couple of decades, everyone's been focusing on it. But in reality, most ranching families have been living and breathing sustainability for many generations, since their operations began. Our ranch on the Gulf Coast of Texas has had a long history here raising Brahman cattle, and we've been in the same area for over 140 years. Wow. And one of the things I've realized from that experience in being involved is how important it is to partner with nature to have an ultimately sustainable business to improve the environment. And that leads us, most farms and ranches, to having a very deep connection to nature.
And John, what are some of the things you do to make sure you are caring for the land and being sustainable?
Very few people realize that the number of beef cattle in North America today is very similar to how many bison would have been here several hundred years ago. One of the things that I do, and many other ranchers do, is we have a regenerative grazing program where we move our cattle frequently to mimic the way that the bison grazed. That actually helps not only the plants recover whenever you graze them and you leave them, and it helps the plants to be stronger when the cattle come back. But that also influences positive soil health attributes. It helps improve overall biology. It's better for the animals, it's better for the people, and it's better for the environment.
All right, and that's important to have. And Chef Lamar, I've been eyeballing that food over there on that table. What do you got for us today?
Awesome. So what I have here is steak frites. It is a ribeye steak with a little bit of miso butter on top. And then the fries are tossed with a togarashi spice, so a little bit of salty, sweet, and a little bit of heat. And then there is a curry aioli dipping sauce. And here I have a steak au poivre, so it's a New York strip. It's been encrusted with black peppercorns and then pan-seared. Then there is a black peppercorn bourbon sauce. So it's black peppercorn, a little bit of bourbon, a little bit of heavy cream, and that's finishes well with steak.
Oh man, you're making us hungry this morning. And Chef Lamar, it's spring right now for us, so the weather's going to slowly get warmer and warmer. We'll start to have those barbecues. What are your tips for making sure a cookout is perfect?
First and foremost is going to the grocery store, talking to your local butcher. That helps, farmers like John and his family, really collaborate together, understand where our meat comes from, which is a lot of the challenge that I've seen as a chef. Then being able to choose the right steak. Also, when you're cooking your steak, I enjoy using a cast iron, but we're doing cast iron grill, making sure that it's oiled down very, very well, cooking at a very, very high heat to get that maximum sear. Then allowing your steak to rest, and when done resting, for about 4 to 5 minutes, once you slice into it, you get that really good unctuous flavor that you're looking for.
Okay, I just bought a cast iron grill, so I'm going to take those tips to heart and make me some beef. John and Chef Lamar, thanks so much for joining us this morning. And to revisit this info, you can check it out on our website momentarily at yourcalifornialife.com.